So when you want to learn how to code, there are two questions that I recommend you start with. One, why am I learning to code? And two, what am I going to use it for? These two questions will help you stay on track and give you clarity on what you're actually doing. For example, why? I'm trying to learn how to code to understand my engineering team a bit better and be able to understand what they are doing when they show me a piece of code. Or I'm trying to learn how to code because I want to move from being an artist to a web developer. There are so many reasons whys. Just make sure you write your why and your what on a paper so that as you're moving on in your journey, you can have something like a roadmap to show you the direction of why you're doing it and what are you going to use it for to keep you on track. Now, once you do that, what is this thing you should follow up with next? What you want to start with is learning the fundamentals. If I tell you this is a class, you should be able to understand what that means. But for a non-technical person, that doesn't make much sense because the word class for them has different connotations than for a programmer. The same thing with if I say this is a variable, this is a function. Those things don't make sense for a non-technical person if you just throw them in a book like that. They need to be explained what those keywords mean. And as a learner, if you're learning on your own, you need to get yourself to learn those keywords and those words in general. That's why I also read an article of how to speak to a non-technical audience. I'll make sure to put the link of it in the comments below. Okay, so once you have done that, you know the fundamentals now. That's great. I'm proud of you. You want to move on with learning a programming language. I usually suggest people begin with either C or Python. C because a lot of programming languages are based on C, like Java, C++, C Python, and more. And Python because it's less verbose and it's simple to understand for most non-technical people and a bit easier than C, I believe. But if you learn C, it makes it easier to move from that to other more complex programming language than it is with Python, I feel. So, but choose whatever you prefer with. And once you learn that, see that just as building your foundation. You then want to move into specializing in a programming language or focusing in a specific programming language. For example, you want to be an Android mobile app developer. Okay, now learn Java or Kotlin. You want to be an iOS app developer. Okay, now learn Objective-C or Swift. That's how you need to move along with those things. And there are some websites that you say what you want to do and they suggest which programming language you should begin with. So I'll make sure to link some of those two in the comments so that you can check those if you are very confused or you still don't know what to start with. Then the next thing you want to do after that, after you have now started learning like a programming language aside of the C or Python that I said, is you want to actually learn how to run your code in your machine, in your computer, laptop, whatever thing you're using, and outside of the browser systems that a lot of online courses provide, like the browser compilers or things like that. Because when you're working at a company, that's what you be most likely be asked to do, especially if you're working in proprietary code. And so to ensure the safety of what you're working on, you will be asked to install it on your machine most likely. And if you know that from now on your own, it makes it much more easier for you to adapt in such situation. And then try to use the hints less as you progress with the online courses, because when you are at work, you wouldn't have a coworker next to you being like, oh, you're stuck. I have a hint, you want it? No, that doesn't happen. But in the coding classes, you see them having like hints here. That thing doesn't help you develop your problem solving skills. So in order to develop your problem solving skill, you want to take the error that you get and Google it and then figure out what people are saying about it and how to solve it on your own based on what you read online. And then as you do that more and more, you get better with problem solving. I hope this helped you. If you like this video, make sure you click like, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends.